Oscar Wilde stands as one of the 19th century's most celebrated authors. He produced novels, poetry, essays, short fiction, and dramatic works, leaving an enduring literary heritage. Born in Dublin in 1854 to a Protestant household, Oscar was the son of William Robert Wilde, a distinguished surgeon, and Jane Frances Elgay, an eccentric poetess. He had two siblings: Willie, his elder brother with whom he never felt particularly close, and Isola, younger than himself, who died in childhood. In addition, he had a half-brother and two half-sisters from his father's extramarital relationship. Oscar Wilde was educated at institutions such as Trinity College in Dublin and Oxford University in England, consistently distinguishing himself as an outstanding student. At Oxford, he formed numerous friendships and impressed all around him with his razor-sharp mind, wit, charm, and a generous dose of sarcasm, traits that later became his literary trademarks. His striking appearance also drew attention. Wilde was tall, with dark hair, gentle eyes, a melodious voice, and attire worthy of a dandy. Silk stockings, breeches, refined shoes, and vivid shirts. He lost his father in 1876. The same year, he began composing poetry, even winning Oxford University's poetry competition. Already recognized in literary circles, he was invited to lecture across the United States, Canada, Scotland, and England. Wilde championed aestheticism, a 19th century artistic movement that elevated beauty above social or political concerns. Its credo was art for art's sake, the belief that art's sole purpose is to evoke pleasure. For Wilde, literature sought beauty, which he saw as a genuine salvation from life's hardships. He married Constance Lloyd, with whom he had two sons, Cyril and Vivian. Before that, he had been smitten by the beautiful Florence Balcombe, who declined him because she was already enamored of another famous Irish writer, Bram Stoker, author of Dracula, one of the most iconic and chilling novels ever written. Oscar Wilde later became involved with Robert Ross, marking the beginning of his first homosexual relationship. Robbie, as he called him, remained by Wilde's side through life's most pivotal moments, even at his deathbed. His singular novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray, stands as his masterpiece. In it, a remarkably handsome youth named Dorian Gray becomes obsessed with his own looks and descends into moral decay. The book captivates with profound insights and enduring questions. A year following this monumentally significant publication, Oscar Wilde encountered a 21-year-old youth named Lord Alfred Douglas, who harbored poetic aspirations and happened to be the son of the distinguished Marquis of Queensberry. The creator of Dorian Gray and Bozzy, Alfred Douglas's pet name, quickly embarked upon a scandalous and tempestuous affair, notwithstanding Oscar's marital status. Asserting that his offspring was being lured by an elder gentleman, the Marquis of Queensberry employed every conceivable method to drive the lovers apart, managing to bring Oscar Wilde before the courts on charges of homosexual conduct, which England criminalized during that era. The proceedings spanned merely 2 days, and though Oscar's intimate circle persistently urged him to escape England, he declined to do so, and received a sentence of 2 years' imprisonment accompanied by hard labor. Most of his incarceration took place at Reading Prison, where authorities permitted him access to writing supplies. Consequently, he gradually penned his celebrated and treasured work, De Profundis, an extended epistle directed toward Bozzy, wherein Oscar reveals profound anguish, distress, and torment regarding recent circumstances. Throughout his period of confinement, the Irish author's physical condition progressively declined owing to countless grueling labors unfamiliar to him, inadequate nourishment, and deplorable living quarters. He also developed a severe condition affecting his right ear following a tumble, necessitating extended medical attention within the prison's medical facility. Regrettably, he received insufficient treatment, leading to persistent auditory complications for the remainder of his existence. Compounding these hardships, Oscar Wilde experienced the loss of his mother, which devastated him profoundly. Moreover, yearning for his offspring plagued him relentlessly, given his history as a devoted and tender father. Upon completing his term, he discovered himself spurned by the very society that had previously celebrated him and deserted by numerous individuals who had once claimed friendship. Accordingly, he relocated to France, where his concluding chapter would unfold. Oscar Wilde would never again encounter his two sons, whose family name had been altered to Holland owing to the controversies surrounding the author. Establishing residence in the small seaside community of Berneval-sur-Mer, he crafted the Ballad of Reading Gaol, a verse composition expressing prison's terrors and his observations of a fellow inmate's tragic execution. During this chapter of his existence, his remaining companions consistently counseled against reconciliation with Bosie, since their association had perpetually proved problematic due to the youth's challenging disposition and Oscar's precarious circumstances, now particularly fragile because he confronted monetary struggles and possessed severely compromised health. Nevertheless, Oscar Wilde proved unable to suppress his emotions, and he and Bosie resumed their encounters. The young man's father, however, upon learning of their renewed association, terminated his son's financial support, and amid severe economic difficulties, Bosie deserted Oscar Wilde permanently. During 1898, distressing news grieved and touched the Irish author. Constance, toward whom he had always maintained genuine fondness, had passed away. Returning to Paris, Oscar Wilde took lodgings at the Hôtel d'Alsace, abandoning himself to dissolute living and consuming alcohol with remarkable frequency. He required surgical intervention on his tympanic membrane, resulting from the prison mishap. One morning, he collapsed from his bed suffering headaches, cervical inflammation, and numerous other maladies, and following days of bed rest, after considerable suffering, he expired in his hotel quarters on November 30th, 1900, at age 46. Meningoencephalitis caused his demise. Shortly before his death, he revealed to his loyal companion Robert Ross, who consistently helped, "Something died in me. I have no desire anymore, not even to write. The first year I spent in prison destroyed my body and my soul." A sparse gathering attended the Irish writer's funeral cortege, with Bosie numbered among the attendees. Floral tributes and wreaths arrived honoring Oscar Wilde, including one bearing his children's names. Besides his acclaimed novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray, he bequeathed countless magnificent works, including The Happy Prince and Other Tales, De Profundis, and The Ballad of Reading Gaol. Within The Canterville Ghost, the author satirizes both Americans and the British. Meanwhile, his drama Salome depicts a scriptural episode that faced prohibition during its English debut. The Importance of Being Earnest represents another theatrical piece mocking elite society and its compulsion toward preserving artificial facades. His earthly remains lie within Paris's renowned Père Lachaise cemetery, beneath an impressive monument created by sculptor Jacob Epstein, depicting a winged sphinx, a theme selected for his ability to recite passages from The Sphinx, a notable Oscar Wilde composition. Even now, countless devotees make daily pilgrimages to Oscar Wilde's grave at Père Lachaise, paying homage to this exceptional author. Cyril, one of his sons, perished at 29 during the First World War. Oscar Wilde's surviving heir, Vivian, lived to 80 and fathered a son called Marlin Holland, an English biographer who undertook and coordinated extensive investigations concerning his renowned grandfather, resulting in multiple publications. 3 decades were devoted to examining Oscar Wilde's correspondence and manuscripts. This scholarship established Holland as among the foremost experts regarding Oscar Wilde's biography and comprehensive literary analysis. Vivian additionally authored a volume recounting childhood recollections and portraying Oscar Wilde as a caring and affectionate father. Oscar Wilde bequeathed an extensive, significant literary inheritance that remains celebrated today.